Do you know what I regret? I regret wanting to be an independent girl from a very young age.
I have been tricked, absolutely bamboozled, brainwashed into thinking what I'm supposed to be is an independent woman.
I am so tired of being a strong, independent woman girl boss.
Well, at least he didn't ghost her right. This is what most men say when they want to reject a woman, it's likely. Because they don't see a future with that person.
Yeah, a lot of girls want to be independent. That's fine. It's not mine. I don't want to be independent.
Can we take a second to discuss how much of a scam it is that we are made to become strong, independent women?
I was bamboozled.
It seems like more women are waking up after regretting to be a strong, independent woman.
Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
I'm sorry, no one understands how tired I am of men. A man could tell me that the sky is blue. I need to go outside and check myself. I'm sorry, I just don't believe. I don't believe anymore. Because let me tell you one thing that men will do, men will lie. And men will lie hard. Honestly speaking, believe a man at your own risk. Believe him at your own risk. I'm sorry, but unless God directly tells me this brother is for you, I'm not listening. I don't want to hear it no more.
Yo, I changed my mind. I don't want to be independent anymore. I don't want to do this. I am now accepting applications for a man who wants to pay me $5,000 a month and then never speak to me. Pay all of my bills and then just go away, please. Ooh, tell me why I just had to pay $400 to replace 2 tires. $400 that I don't have. Serious inquiries for a man who wants to pay all my bills, please inquire within. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, keep dreaming if you think a man is just going to hand over $5,000 a month for the privilege of being around you. Seriously, what does he get out of that? You expect him to throw away his hard-earned money while you contribute absolutely nothing but your presence. That's beyond unrealistic. It's downright delusional.
Why is it that the finest guys in the world, and also single, never leave the house? Is there a reason for that?
Exactly. There's a reason why many men have chosen to retreat from the spotlight and prioritize their own peace and solitude. Once they experience the calm and stability of maintaining their own space, it becomes nearly impossible to tolerate anything or anyone that disrupts it. Why would a man willingly invite chaos, drama, or unnecessary stress back into his life when he's found peace? The constant noise, demands, or emotional turmoil just isn't worth it anymore. Once a man gets a taste of that kind of freedom, the value of his own well-being becomes non-negotiable. And that's why, more than ever, men are stepping back, choosing themselves, and walking away from situations that drain their energy. Because in the end, peace of mind is priceless, and once you've got it, you protect it at all costs.
I don't know when I'm gonna meet my man, but one thing I am tired of is people coming into my life not ready to be my man.
To the table with the chairs, the bacon. So I'm not asking or begging a man to take care of me because I don't need that, honey. Look at me.
Few moments later.
I'm tired. I no longer want to be an independent woman. Forget that INDE. I'm good. I want to be a housewife.
You're absolutely right. There's a lot of fronting going on. Many women spend years pushing the narrative of independence, claiming they don't need anyone and can handle it all on their own. It becomes part of their identity, strong, independent, and self-sufficient. But when life starts throwing curveballs and the reality of doing everything alone starts to weigh them down, the truth surfaces. Suddenly, the facade of "I don't need a man" starts to crack, and they realize that it's not as easy as they made it out to be. The ironic part is, after years of broadcasting their independence, some do end up admitting that they want companionship and support. It's almost like they've been trying to convince themselves more than anyone else that they're fine on their own. So yeah, it's refreshing when someone can finally drop the act and admit they're ready for partnership.
Can we take a second to discuss how much of a scam it is that we are made to become strong, independent women? In stressful times like this when I'm moving, I don't want to do it on my own. I don't want to do it with movers. I want my mommy and my daddy to come pick up my shit and move it with me. And sometimes I just want to be like a little crybaby, and I don't want to be a strong, independent woman. I want help, and I want mom and dad.
Good men are hard to find. I totally agree with you. Good men are hard to find because good men aren't looking for you. Good men are hard to find because good men are busy working, climbing corporate ladders, chasing success, building businesses, building themselves and their future. Good men are hard to find because good men don't do nightclubs, strip joints, on dating apps, on Instagram, liking women pictures sliding in their DMs. Good men don't find their women that way. Low value men do. Good men are just like good women. They are very selective in their personal search. They're not turned on by women with big butts, big tits, and who have the intelligence of a rock. Instagram models do not impress them. They have outgrown that phase of their life. Good men don't settle down with women who are not in alignment with their future goals. Good men do not settle with women that they can't grow with and become their best self, because they know selecting the wrong woman, just like selecting the wrong man, can be detrimental to their success and their overall well-being. So yes, I totally agree with you. Good men are hard to find because good men are setting themselves up for a good woman to become a good husband.
Exactly. A lot of women who are now desperately searching for good men often had their chance when they were younger, but they overlooked those men for the so-called bad boys who seemed more exciting at the time. They were chasing the thrill, ignoring the steady, reliable guy who would have treated them right. And now, years later, they realize that those good men have either moved on, gotten married, or have simply checked out of the dating scene altogether. It's like a wake-up call that came too late. The tables have turned, and those same women are now scrambling to find what they overlooked, only to discover that the men they took for granted are no longer available or interested in playing games. The good men who were once an option are now off the market, or worse, they've become jaded from constantly being passed over.
I think this whole independent woman shit is a scam. Hear me out. I've been working since the age of 16, and I'm pretty successful in my professional life. But when you're so used to providing for yourself as a woman, you lose that feminine touch in you.
You know what? I don't care. I'm gonna fucking say it, but the dating pool now is literally full of shit, piss, and diarrhea. It does not matter how fucking old they are. They could be. I've dated or tried to date guys up to 8 years older than me and 3 years younger than me, and literally all the fucking same. I'm so fucking done with dating. I am not looking actively. I am just dumping dating sites. I am just going to now just live my life, and honestly, whatever fucking happens, happens. I thought I met somebody out in the wild, and literally not even at a bar. Not at a bar, okay? And it was really good until it wasn't. And I'm so fucking done. That is it.
You're absolutely right. The hurt is definitely on both sides. Good men and good women are out there trying to connect, but they keep running into people who are manipulative, toxic, or just playing games. It's like they're stuck in this exhausting cycle where no matter how genuine their intentions are, they're constantly met with disappointment.
PSA, I am only dating hot guys. This is the Hawkeye era. I'm only gonna date hot men from now on because, first of all, you date the uglies. They will humble you so quick because they got you, and then they're like, dang, there must be something so good about me if I got this hot girl and I look like this. There must be something really amazing about me that like made me get her, so like let me treat her like crap and see what I can get away with. Ugly guys can treat you like crap, hot guys can treat you like crap, but at least when a hot guy treats you like crap, you're like, okay, at least you're hot. When the ugly guy treats you like crap, you're like, how dare you? So just date the hot ones, because honestly there is no difference between like a hot guy and an ugly guy and how they treat you. It just really depends on the guy, you know, his character, everything like that. So babe, get you a hot man. You deserve it.
Exactly, that's the double standard at play. Women often have different rules for different guys depending on their looks or status. When it comes to high status or highly attractive men, they're willing to put up with behavior they would never tolerate from an average guy. But the irony is, if they were really as hot or desirable as they think, they wouldn't have trouble keeping the attention of those top-tier men. The truth is, those high-status men know their value, and they don't have to settle for women who are just looking for validation or attention. These guys aren't chasing after women to boost their egos. They've got plenty of options, so they don't need to cater to someone who thinks they're the prize. They're not about to play into that dynamic.
You hear independent women so much state that they can have a good life without a man. They don't need a man to have a good life. And you know what? You're absolutely right. You can have a good life. You can fulfill a lot of your own desires and needs and things in that nature, right? But with the right man, you're going to have a great life. With the right man, he's going to teach you. He's going to show you. He's going to lead you. He's going to protect you. He's going to bring out the best in you and protect all of that. And you're going to let him, and he's going to love you for it because you trust him. So do not X out all men. Stop being so independent that instead you're going to independent yourself right into loneliness, okay? It's okay to fulfill your own desires and needs in life. It's okay to create the life you want while you're on that journey, maybe in a period of time where you are solo, but do not exit out and pretend that you don't need a man to have a great life, because if you have the right one, man is no comparison to that life that you're living alone.
That is true.
I have been tricked, absolutely bamboozled, brainwashed into thinking what I'm supposed to be is an independent woman. You remember that song they put out? INDEPENDENT. That's how I know how to spell independent, by the way. But they said, what? You know what that means? It means I'm tired. 2 jobs. Work hard. She a bad broad. No! She's tired. What? Apparently, the alternative is barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. But you mean to tell me I don't have to wear shoes and I get to stay in the kitchen where the food is at? 2 out of 3, that really ain't that bad. I mean, the pregnancy part, might need to talk about it, but just being barefoot, not having to leave the house, eating some yeast rolls, that sounds pretty good right about now. Yep. Anyway, I'll change my mind after I've had a little nappy nap. But yep, that's my rant for the day.
You're absolutely right. This hyper-focus on independence, where women feel the need to prove they don't need a man, often backfires in the long run. Instead of fostering genuine partnerships where men and women can complement each other, it becomes a competition, and that constant competition leads to frustration and bitterness on both sides. It's like the goal has shifted from building meaningful connections to proving who's more self-sufficient, and that doesn't create harmony, it creates division. The pressure to always appear strong and independent is emotionally draining. It leads some women to push men away, either intentionally or subconsciously, only to later find themselves feeling isolated and unfulfilled. The irony is, by the time they realize they actually want a partner, they've alienated the very people who could have brought value to their lives.
Look, ladies, if you really have high standards, you will never have to tell a man. He will already intuitively know. Men can pick up on the fact whether or not women are within their standards fairly quickly. Take it from me, there's zero reason for you to shout your boundaries to the world. A woman with high standards carries herself with such a poise, and she has this energy that it just speaks for itself. It's why I said men will just know intuitively. The girl who's always shouting about how she has such high standards and will never let a man do this or never let a man do that or break this or whatever the heck it is usually the first to break her own boundaries. We all know that girl. A high-value woman and a woman with high standards will not have to tell a man what he did wrong. She will simply leave. The need to chase a man when he pulls away absolutely repulses her. It's not a green light for her to try and prove her self-worth. So if you ever feel like you have to ask a man for princess treatment, you're not acting like a princess. So, be about your business. If he doesn't approach you, it's because he knows that you aren't within his reach. And that's fine, because another man will step up to the plate. Just keep doing you.
You're spot on. There's a major difference between having standards and being unrealistic. Many women today confuse the two, believing they deserve princess treatment simply for existing, but relationships are about give and take. No man is a mind reader, and expecting him to magically meet every unspoken expectation is setting him up for failure. True, genuine connections come from mutual respect and reciprocity, not from entitlement. If a woman wants to be treated like royalty, she should first reflect on how she's treating her man. Is she loyal? Supportive? Does she bring peace into his life? If she's showing up in those ways, a good man will naturally want to go above and beyond to make her feel special. But if all she does is take without offering anything in return, why would any man feel motivated to treat her like a queen? Entitlement doesn't breed connection, it creates resentment. Real men appreciate women who are genuine, loving, and appreciative. When those qualities are present, the princess treatment is a natural result. But when all someone does is demand without giving, they're not fostering a healthy, balanced relationship.
Bitch, I want hoes.
You think you want a hoe era until you experience the aftermath of having a hoe era, especially as a chaotic bisexual, because that shit will come back to haunt you until the day you fucking die. I can't do it anymore. I'm going celibate.
Every man wants an independent woman until they get an independent woman. And hear me out. Independent women, they don't need you. They want you. They got it. They got it mentally. They got it physically. They got it emotionally. And they got it financially. Now, If you're going to walk into her life, make sure that you can go and provide. Is independent does not mean that you lay back and you just let her do her thing. Because I promise you, she's going to do her thing. And she's going to do her thing without your ass. When you have an independent woman, that's when you want to go and step the fuck up. Women like that don't come across often. Why will you let her do her thing alone when you could do it with her? Independent women are so strong mentally, physically, like they really got it. But it gets to a point where it's like, okay, for how long do I got it? Cause goddamn, they need a little help around here. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. It's like, step it up. Step it up. Step it up. You want a good chick. You want a strong woman. You want a woman that got her shit together. But when she crosses your path, you don't know what the fuck to do. Cause you're doing a whole lot of nothing. Yeah. Let's get it together. Let's get it together. Cause if you want her, you're gonna have to do something to keep her. Because you do, I promise she's gonna go above and beyond for you. Cause like I said, independent women have been doing it for so long for themselves that they want someone where they can put that same energy and that same effort for. Don't fumble the ball. Don't get intimidated by her. Grow with her. You guys can literally become unstoppable. But you both gotta be there mentally.
You're absolutely right. Many men don't necessarily seek out an independent woman in the way society often portrays it. What men truly want in a relationship is peace, support, and femininity. Independence, in the sense of being able to handle one's own responsibilities, is fine, but it shouldn't overshadow the need for partnership, harmony, and mutual respect. Men aren't intimidated by strong women, but when the boss babe mentality is brought into the relationship, it can create unnecessary tension. Relationships aren't about proving independence, they're about working together and complementing each other's strengths. Most men aren't looking for someone to compete with, they want a woman who can be a partner, offering emotional support, warmth, and softness. Men value a woman who can handle her own in the world, but knows that in the relationship, it's about mutual support, not about asserting that she doesn't need him. It's that balance between strength and softness that creates harmony. When a woman embraces her femininity and brings peace to a relationship, that's what fosters growth and deep connection. Men want someone they can build with, not someone who constantly feels the need to prove their independence.